you to remember is you have to get paid for your services. So if you are caught up in the narrative that sales is someone sending money to someone for something, then you have to get that out of your head. If you thought for a second that like offering your service for free was less salesy, no. You have to get paid for your services. The exchange of money to be in good energy and ebb and flow of money is such a positive thing for both you and your client. Plus, you are able to provide services because you have a roof over your head, because you have food in your belly, because you have the resources to expand your expertise and help them more. You have to get paid for your services.
Hey, Laptop Freedom Babes, Wonderlust.
This is Hello from Greece.
Hello.
Lots of new members in this group, and so hello. I am Rebecca. I am the Wonderlust VA, and I run the Laptop Freedom Program, which is how to start your VA business. And with that note, we are celebrating. Everyone grab your champagne. Okay, the little bottles don't pop. Do you see how terrifying I love it? Okay, we are celebrating. We just started the July cohort of the Laptop Freedom Program, and the most amazing women are in it. I love it already. They've all done their intro videos and are saying hi to each other, and we've got women who are rapping. We've got women who are from all over the US and Canada. It's so amazing, so fun. I really want to acknowledge them and cheers to them. As an entrepreneur myself, and as these women start their business and entrepreneurship, what I emphasize over and over and over again is the importance of celebrating. Celebrating our successes and our leaps that we take and the beginning of journey. So to the women who have joined the July cohort of LFP, congratulations. Champagne diet. I love a good glass of bubbly. So I would love to know in the comments, how do you celebrate? How do you celebrate your successes? Whether it's, do you go out for a nice dinner? Do you go out for a date? Do you treat yourself to a gift? Do you get a mani-pedi? Do you do what I do and I just drag everyone into having a glass of champagne with me? I would love to know. So let me know in the comments what you do to celebrate your wins. And if you're like, Rebecca, I don't celebrate any wins, it's not part of my vibe, it's got to become part of your vibe. And tell me in the comments how you would like to celebrate your wins. So I want to see lots of comments and I'll respond to every single one of them. So today's training is about how to not sound salesy. This is huge. Everyone who starts a VA business is like, oh God, okay, I can set up a business, that part's easy. And I can do skills training, that part's easy. But finding clients, how do I not come across as like a super annoying, salesy car salesperson for my VA business? Am I going to look like an MLM? Are people going to think I'm a pyramid scheme? I mean, comment below if you're like, yes, I have totally thought at some point virtual assisting was maybe an MLM or a pyramid scheme. I have a live training on that as well in the videos. So I want to talk about how not to sound salesy, because you don't have to sound salesy. I promise. Boo. Boo to sales. I'm trying to get my hair away from my microphone. It's this little doodad. So boo to sales. I'm going to break this training down into 3 sections. Okay? The first section is remember the following. The second section is how to not sell salesy. And the third section is, wow, that champagne must be kicking in. The third section is what to look for in a potential client, so that you know that like just because you are offering a service doesn't mean you have to work with everyone. You are in control of this now. So this is a big one. Tell me in the comments below if you are terrified of sales. Like, you would rather, I don't know, you would rather like eat the most disgusting food that you can think of before you have to do sales. Like, raise your hand. That is me, okay? I can't stand sales. And I've even had VA clients that were like, oh my goodness, we're launching a program, all hands on deck. Rebecca, can you do sales? And I've been like, no, I'm not selling anything. Like, nah. So, obviously the Laptop Freedom Program is something that I offer, but even then I don't feel like it's salesy, because what I do is I create connection and I get really curious. And that's what we're going to talk about in this training, about how important it is for you to offer your VA services. So phase 1 of the training is remember the following, okay? Remember the following. These potential clients need you. They need you. And that means that you're not selling them something that they don't need. You're not going up to their house, knocking on their door, and selling them a vacuum cleaner when they don't own any carpets. That's not what you're doing. These potential clients, they need you, especially if they're asking. But in order for a business to grow, i.e., in order for your client's business to grow, they need two of two things: more person power and automation. And so you are the person power, and you can support them with the automation. Virtual assistants are integral for any business to survive or grow, especially if they're online based. So that's the first thing I want you to remember. They need you. You're not selling someone something they don't need. So you can take that like gross, you're not selling them like a protein powder that they don't need. You're not selling them a moisturizer that they don't need. You are selling them a service to help them grow their business, especially if they're asking for help. Second thing I want you to remember is you are helping them. You are actually helping them. You are providing a service and you are helping them. So, you're not selling them something they don't need. You're not selling them a kitchen appliance that they technically don't need and it'll probably just collect dust. Like, you are helping your clients, and that's really, really important for you to remember. You are providing a good service, especially during crazy pandemic times when businesses suddenly need to be expanding online more. You're helping them. You're helping them bring in more revenue. You're helping them produce more products. You're helping your client spend more time with their family. You're helping your client stay in their zone of genius. You're helping them reach more customers. You are helping them. That's the second thing I really want you to remember. The third thing I want you to remember is you have to get paid for your services. So if you are caught up in the narrative that sales is someone sending money to someone for something, then you have to get that out of your head. If you thought for a second that like offering your service for free was less salesy, no. You have to get paid for your services. The exchange of money to be in good energy and ebb and flow of money is such a positive thing for both you and your client. Plus, you are able to provide services because you have a roof over your head, because you have food in your belly, because you have the resources to expand your expertise and help them more. You have to get paid for your services. So those are the three things that I want you to remember when it comes to sales, is they need you, you are helping them, and you have to get paid for your services. Those are the three main icky stigmas around sales that we just have to reprogram and start to get really comfortable with. We're entrepreneurs now. Okay, so that's first section. I love a good glass of bubbly. Second, how to not sound salesy. So we all know the image of a car salesman We can all think of it. We know what gross sales is. And here's the thing. Sales used to be like that. It used to be like that. It used to be this like pot-belly guy with this like gross mustache and his like buttons were popping on his shirt and like he was trying to sell you a car. That's how it used to be. But now people are catching on and they think it's gross. They think it's gross when you're trying to like stuff something down their throat that they don't know yet that they need, they don't think they need, and so they're not even going to consider it. And I think that's where people get really worried, is they're worried they're going to sound like a car salesman. Marketing is moving. Think of it as like Instagram. Instagram is like a great sort of poster child of the movement of marketing. People want authentic. People want to see the real life. People want to meet the real you. People want to see the unfiltered photos now. And so sales, the how of sales now, luckily, yay, is about authentic connection. So here's how. Be curious. Be genuinely curious in this potential client. Be genuinely curious in their business. Ask about their business. Ask like the nitty-gritty questions. What do they do? Who is their market? Why do they do it? How has it been? Ask them about their goals. What are their business goals? Because then you can start to calculate, okay, in order to reach those goals, how can I help them? They need me to help them reach their goals. So create really genuine connection. Ask them before you even tell them that you are a VA, that you can support them, that you offer these badass services. Be genuinely curious about their business. Create that connection with them. Listen. A lot of old sales was talking at you. New marketing is listening. Listening, identifying their business, empathizing with their problem, and then showing how you can be part of the solution. So provide suggestions that highlight your expertise. It's like, cool, okay, you have an Etsy shop. I've noticed on Instagram, there's tons of sales that come off of Instagram. Have you thought about, having, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a platform is the word I'm going to look for. Like, are you using your Instagram platform? What about Pinterest? Pinterest could be linked directly to your Etsy shop. Have you thought about that? Okay. So here we go. The client is too busy designing whatever they're selling on Etsy. They're like, I don't have time, Rebecca. I don't have time to engage on Instagram and build my Instagram. And I definitely don't have time to be on Pinterest and linking it to my Etsy shop and da-da-da-da. Sweet. See where you swoop in? See where you swoop in? And you have created genuine connection. Now it's not like, hello, I've got this thing to sell you. It's called a virtual assistant, and I provide services on Pinterest and Instagram. No, it's not like that anymore. It's like, oh, hey, I just had a genuine conversation with you. I got to know your business, your goals, and the number one issues that you're up against. And actually, I can help you. I can definitely help you. Okay? It didn't feel like sales at all, right? It's a connection. And so as you can tell, this takes a more genuinely longer process. So, a lot of VAs, they ask me, they're like, hey, Rebecca, do I have to do cold outreach? And I'm like, no, it's never cold outreach. Cold outreach is a thing of the past. Cold outreach in my head, when I think of cold outreach, is like you dive bombing someone's DMs and being like, hey, I'm selling you this jewelry, or like, sign up for my program. How many people are getting those in their DMs right now? I get that all the time. Follow me on Instagram to see how I call these people out. I post it like all over my stories and I'm like, excuse me, like, unfollow me. I'm going to block you. You're not creating authentic connection. You're literally stuffing a sale in my face. Do you even know my name? So it's not dive bombing someone's email. It's not dive bombing someone's DMs anymore. It's like, hey, how's it going? I'd love to hear more about your business. I'm curious. And that also gives you an opportunity to identify if you want to work with them. And that leads me into my third segment. Ting, ting. Segment number 3 is what you should look for in your marketing connection with a potential client. Because now, instead of dive bombing someone's DM, you are elongating the process by a little bit, and it's also giving you an opportunity to have them connect with you and for you to suss out if there's someone that you want to work with. So, is it a business that you're even interested in? Do you like this person? Or after talking to them back and forth, you're like, no, this guy sounds douchey, or this girl sounds too valley for me, or whatever, right? You're like, no, actually, I'm not into this person. I'm going to slowly fade out, you know? Connection, like genuine connection. Friends, could you be friends with them? I mean, how many people do you see, you like meet on the daily, on the weekly, on the monthly, or you're introduced to, and you could easily not see that person again? Or you're introduced to someone and you're like, that person's dope. I would like to be hanging out with them again. Right? So what is your connection with them? And then you also want to look at, do you have similar values? You know, when it comes to business, are they spiritual? Are you spiritual? Are they like fast, hard cash? Are you fast, hard cash? You know, is it going to be a good match that way? That's what I want you to look for. And so in these, you know, the story I just told here, what you should remember, how to make a connection, and what you should look for. Does it remind you of something? Dun, da, da, da. Dating. It so reminds me of dating. And so can you imagine if a potential partner came up to you and like sold you marriage to them, and like you've never met this person and they're just like, hello, I'm going to sell you this thing called marriage. And you're like, I don't, what? Who are you? Right? It's like, picture like ducks in a pond. And like, are you one of those dogs that just goes running at the pond and all the ducks go flying? Or are you more like that sneaky border collie that's like really good? Not sneaky, that's not a good word, but like that gradual understanding the ducks. And so it's so much like dating. You don't want to be dive bombed by someone. You don't want a total stranger to be DMing you a dick pic or whatever. You don't want that. And so don't do it to your potential clients in a VA thing. I mean, you shouldn't be sending them dick pics anyway, but like in VA terms, don't do that either. You don't have to. And that's gross sales. That's the creepy person trying to pick you up in a bar and you're like, who is this person? So think of it kind of like dating. Get curious. Ask them their names. See what they like, their likes are. Do you like them? Are you coming across as desperate and you'll like date anyone? Or are you, you know, a bit more selective on who you want to be working with? And so it's so much like that. And I would love to hear in the comments if you see that similarity as well. You're like, oh yeah, the ducks. I'm definitely the Labrador that just goes running at the pond and all the ducks go flying. And so I want you to come out of this with comfort and some aha moments too, because I do get this asked a lot, is like, hey Rebecca, I want to be a VA, but I do not want to sell. And here's the thing, sales is gross. I mean, not for everyone, but I think it is. Creating authentic connection is not. And the chances of you having a better relationship with that client is hugely increased as well, because you've given that space to really suss each other out and create that connection and see if you can help them. And then, you know, it comes to the importance, and I emphasize this a lot, is that you have to get paid for helping your clients. And that is just a reality. So if you're caught up in like the exchange of money, feeling salesy, nip it in the bud. Get over it. Done. Because your business is going to be a potentially life-changing opportunity. And that's why I'm so excited for these women who are in the Laptop Freedom Program. Their lives are about to be forever changed.